One picnic, one mirror, and two gaslights. A quiet picnic at Loch Lomond sparks an eye-opening conversation about sovereignty, gaslighting, and the way we see ourselves. When a remark about Trump's treatment of Canada turns into a reflection of Scotland's struggles, the line between humour and harsh truth blurs. You ever have one of those days that just sticks with you? Last Sunday was one of those. We were at Loch Lomond. Blue skies, warm breeze, not a midge in sight. The kind of rare Scottish afternoon where everything feels possible. Just the three of us. Me, Jamie and Callum. Proper picnic, tartan blanket, mugs of builder's tea, and shortbread so buttery it practically disappeared in your mouth. Jamie brought the biscuits. Callum brought his usual quiet uncertainty. And me, I brought the thermos. And maybe, unintentionally, the question that changed the day. We'd barely settled in when Callum leaned back and said, "Loch Lomond in the sun. Never disappoints." Jamie raised his mug and grinned. "Sunshine and sovereignty. That's the dream, eh?" I laughed. There it is. Not even 5 minutes in and we've hit the I word. We all laughed. But even then, I could feel it coming. That slow shift when the chat stops being surface level. Then Callum, checking his phone, shook his head. "Speaking of nonsense, did you see what Trump said about Canada?" Jamie looked up. "Oh, aye. We subsidise Canada, so they should become the 51st state. Thought it was a spoof." He genuinely said they couldn't survive without America, that they owe the US billions and should give up independence. Jamie's grin faded. Mark Carney shut that down fast, said Trump doesn't care about helping Canada. He just wants their water, their hydro, their resources. It was all a bit ridiculous. We laughed. Of course we did. Because when Trump says it, it's easy to dismiss. Big voice, bigger ego, red tie flapping in the wind, a punchline in a suit. But then I said, why do we laugh at Trump for trying to gaslight Canada, but fall for the exact same gaslighting when it's done to Scotland? That's what it is, isn't it? Trump tells Canada, "You can't survive without us. We bankroll you. You owe us your sovereignty." The world shrugs and says, "There he goes again." But when Westminster says to Scotland, "You're too small, too poor, too dependent," we don't laugh. We believe it. Hook, line, and sinker. Callum was the first to speak. Oofed. That's uncomfortably close to home. Same argument, different flag. Jamie nodded slowly. Trump says it with a smirk. Westminster says it with a spreadsheet. But it's the same logic. We give you money so we get to call the shots. And we laugh at Trump, but just accept it from London. And there it was. The mirror moment. The reflection you didn't want but couldn't ignore. Trump says, "Join us. You're too weak to survive without us." Westminster says, "Stay. You're too poor to manage on your own." It's the same script. Callum looked out at the water. We'd never tell Canada to give up its independence. But we're expected to hand over ours without question. Jamie turned to us. We'd defend Canada's right to govern itself. But when we want the same, it's called reckless. It's like we've been trained to doubt ourselves. But only ourselves. Maybe we're not too wee or too poor. Maybe we've just been told that so often we started saying it ourselves. And if Trump's wrong about Canada, then Westminster's wrong about us. It wasn't loud. It wasn't dramatic. Just a quiet realization. Because sometimes the most powerful thing isn't the argument. It's the mirror. When you finally hold it up and see what's been staring back at you all along. And this time, that mirror was just a picnic.